Once upon a time, there was an old woman who had 2 large pots for carrying water. She would carry them on a yoke with 1 pot on each end. One of the pots had a crack, while the other was perfectly intact and always returned home full of water. For 2 whole years, the woman could only bring home 1 full pot of water each day. The perfect pot felt proud of its accomplishment, but the cracked pot felt ashamed and distressed over its imperfection, as it could only deliver half a pot of water. After 2 years of what it perceived as failure, one day, the cracked pot spoke to the woman by the stream, saying, "I am ashamed of myself because this crack in my side causes water to leak out, and I can only bring back half a pot of water." The old woman smiled and said, "Have you noticed that there are many flowers growing on your side of the path, but none on the other side? That's because I have always known about your flaw, so I planted flower seeds on your side of the path. Every day as we walk back, you water them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my house. Without you, my home wouldn't be so lovely." The moral of the story is that each of us has our unique flaws or cracks, but it is these imperfections that make our shared lives so interesting and meaningful. You just need to accept everyone as they are and embrace who you are with confidence. Remember these 4 points, and you will become the best version of yourself. First, look at this pencil. To make it a useful pencil, it has to be sharpened again and again. If the pencil could feel, imagine how painful that would be. Life is the same. Each of us will experience painful challenges. Through these unforgettable experiences, we shape our character and grow. Second, remember the many mistakes you make along the way. They are like an eraser. We learn from our mistakes, constantly correcting ourselves, so they are no longer mistakes. Third, effectively use this pencil. In other words, every time you use it, you leave your mark, your story. Turn stumbling blocks into stepping stones, and never stop moving forward. Fourth, always remember the most important part is your inner self. Remember these 4 points, and you will become the best version of yourself. Never blame anyone in your life. Good people give you happiness, bad people give you experience, the worst people teach you a lesson, and the best people give you memories. We are often let down by those we trust the most, and loved by those we least expect. Some people make us cry over things we haven't done, while others overlook our mistakes and see our smile. Some leave us when we need them the most, while others stay even when we ask them to leave. The world is a mix of people. We just need to know whose hand to shake and whose hand to hold. After all, this is life, learning to hold on and learning to let go. Only those who care about you will hear your voice when you're silent. I always thought that I was generous because I really liked giving things to others, such as clothes, toys, and jewelry that I didn't like. I thought the people who received my small gifts must like them and thank me. But my father didn't think so. In his opinion, this was superficial generosity, actually stinginess. I didn't agree with him. One day, my father took me to visit his boss. When we were leaving, his boss gave us a box of apples. When we got home, my father and I opened the box and found some wrinkled small apples inside. I couldn't help shouting, "These apples are even worse than ours. No one would want them even if we throw them away." My father pointed to the apples on the ground and said, "These apples tell us at least 2 pieces of information. First, they are given by others. If we bought them, they wouldn't have been put here for so long. Second, they couldn't eat them all, and they felt it was a pity to throw away the leftovers, so they gave them to us." I didn't even look at those apples and snorted, "Ha, what rubbish." Right, it's rubbish. You should always remember this. When you give others things that you don't like or need, this is what you will get. My face turned red. I remembered those worn-out clothes, leftover toys, and unwanted jewelry that I gave to others before. When they opened them at home, they must have said the same thing. My father looked at me and said, "Remember, don't treat others as fools. They know the value of these things as well as you do. Either don't give them anything, or give them the best, the most favorite, and the most cherished things you have. Giving others things you don't like is a sign of disrespect. This kind of behavior seems generous, but it's actually stingy. Only by giving others what you love can you treat others sincerely and win valuable friendship.